Sometimes I'd rather be alone.
What's up, y'all? It's JustinP.Etn back with another episode. I'm gonna get right into it. I'm mad hyped because my lovely girlfriend got me an amazing Christmas gift. The past couple years, I really don't buy stuff too much because I just try to invest in my brand as much as possible as a designer. But she was like, you know what? I want to get you a pair of feet. I don't really collect kicks as much as I used to, like high school. I know a lot of people used to collect kicks back in the day. A lot of people collect kicks nowadays as well too, but people around me are starting to invest more into themselves. I'm gonna unbox these for y'all. I'm gonna show y'all how I'm gonna style them by creating a pair of pants that match them, and I'm gonna style them with another piece outside of my brand as well. Are y'all ready? You know you're not supposed to use fabric scissors for box cutting. You're supposed to use paper. That's not popping. Oh well. It's a collab, right? My girlfriend is so amazing. Shout out to Jacquemus. Oh man. Looking like cotton candy. Damn. Yeah, Jacquemus Nike collab kicks is so tough, yo. So they have like leather in the front. These are so wavy, yo. Wow. Nah, but I'm not gonna lie, I used to have a pair of pink Nike sneakers in high school, and they were like my go-to sneakers with mad of my fits. Like a lot of my bros, a lot of my mans, they did not wear pink. I'm not afraid to wear pink. Like, bro, anybody could pull any color off if you're confident. You know what I'm saying? But these are so tough. I love the accent of the gold right here. I'm not really a gold fan. I'm more of a silver guy for me. I like silver more than gold. It's more classy. So a little bit of history. Simon Porte Jacquemus is the creative director of the brand. He started off when he was 18 years old. He does have a French background. I also do have French roots, and I'm Haitian as well. So this means a lot to me. I love the brand. I love the aesthetic. It's a women's wear brand, and these are women's sneakers, but obviously I can wear anything that I want and pull it off and look fly, and you can too. And a fun fact about the creative director, he made his first garment at 8 years old, and he made a skirt out of a linen curtain for his mother. That's so fire at 8 years old, what? The cool part about the brand is that the signature minimalist aesthetic originates from the idea of necessity more than anything. When he was younger, he lacked money, so he couldn't afford expensive details like buttons and stuff for his clothes. That is why it is really important to have a purpose when you're designing, when you're a brand owner. You're supposed to have a purpose. You can't just make clothes and just expect people to follow your vision. It's really good to have an idea that people can follow and want to step into as well, and to also just want to be a part of your mission statement. I wanted to share this because it touched me. Jacquemus' story is really powerful because a month after he moved to Paris, his mother had passed away in a tragic car accident, and he dropped out of school and started his brand right away. My grandmother inspired me to become a designer, so that storyline aligns with me, and it means a lot to me, and I really respect him for being able to keep going after such a tragic event like that. But that's why you have to continue to look within yourself and then allow your experiences to inspire you to tell your story. Alright, y'all, so I went fabric shopping. I love fabric shopping OD. Like, I'll be mad excited when I go. It's like I'm in a candy store for real. So I had got a lot of heavyweight pink fabrics to match the shoe. I did not bring the shoe with me though, so it was kind of hard. I had to do it by memory, but I think I did a pretty good job matching up the colorways. So this time of year, when it comes to designing, I'm trying to really change my approach on how I create my designs. Like, I don't want to just follow like the old traditional systems of the industry. I really just want to follow my intuition and just do what feels right. So for me, pink is like a color obviously of love and confidence. And I was like, you know what, for the first half of the year, or like the first quarter of the year, I'm really about to just rock pink all the time. So I'm about to just make mad pairs of pants incorporating pink in it. When it comes to the sketch, I do sketch a lot of the time, but oftentimes I also just build the pants from scratch, like as I go along, like I'm just making a painting type of thing. And sometimes you just gotta do what feels right, because sometimes when you overthink, it kind of like clouds your judgment, and then you start to feel lack of confidence and stuff. So I'm mad excited to start. I'm really thinking that I'm gonna lean with this beige fabric. I never used beige fabric ever. So I think using this and then using the pink as accents is really gonna be fire. I also have a recommendation. If y'all don't feel comfortable drawing figures from scratch, this is a good template to use. They have different types of figures. So I usually just put my sketches on these. They have like pre-made figures, and then you can scan them into the computer and then the body will disappear. It's really convenient, like for real, it's mad convenient. And a lot of times when it's late at night and I just want to get an idea, I just start to draw the silhouettes and I just like get some ideas out. But a lot of times I design a lot of my pieces built off of the old things that I created. So that's how I get into a rhythm and figure out my design taste and my aesthetic. So when I'm creating, I love to get in a rhythm. I like to have my own system that allows me to get into a flow. So a lot of times, like I have a candle that I light just so I can set the aroma, the vibe, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get right and stuff. I like when my room smell good. I don't know if y'all like your room stink, but I like my room when it smell good. Oh, I just broke this match. I don't think that's safe. Lit. I just started getting into saging, and then oftentimes I set up my speaker and I play some music as well, or I listen to like a podcast or something. I was very indecisive about what pants I should do because I have so much variations in my sketchbook, but I'm like, you know what, I'm about to just freestyle it. I'm not gonna think about it. I'm gonna just follow my intuition. So now I'm starting the cutting phase, cutting the fabric out. So a lot of times people have the pattern already made, like this is a pattern that I have developed, but I'm gonna just cut into the pants and just add what I want. I don't really feel like doing the traditional way of patterning, transferring the pattern to another paper, adding style lines and seam allowance. That's what you're supposed to do. For me personally, I just have to do this way just to get my creative idea out. And then when it's time to go into production, I adjust it and edit it and everything. But honestly, yo, I wanna talk about the pandemic, right? I mean, we've been speaking about this a lot in the past couple of years, but for me, the pandemic was a pivotal moment because that was like the first time I actually took a pause and just chilled the fuck out. Like, I was just chilling, but it felt mad weird, yo. Like, I was dealing with a lot of negative things at the time. I'm gonna be transparent. Like, I just had a lot of things going on in my family that was just weighing me down. And a lot of times when you care a lot, you know, you wanna be there for people, you wanna help them out, but it's like, you gotta set boundaries, yo. Like, you can't take on everybody's problems, and then when you start drowning, ain't nobody gonna come save you. You feel me? I just had to like isolate myself, and I just took the time out to heal, yo. I've been through a lot of stuff in my life. I had like a lot of frustrations about where I was. A lot of times we just working, rushing, trying to accomplish our goals. But a lot of times we don't take the time to appreciate the little things. Like, we don't take the time out to appreciate how far we've come. Like, I've accomplished so much when I was in college, when I was just even as an individual. I'm always bashing myself. I'm like, yo, you're not doing good enough. You gotta work harder. You gotta be better. But that drains you, yo. So I'm like, you know what? I wanna take my time. I started writing in my journal. I'll even show you my journal, honestly. I have multiple journals. I have like 4 journals that I write in. This is like my personal development journal. So I do like a lot of personal development activities in here. Let me read something to y'all. Okay, Tuesday, March 16th. It's from the book Mastery. Really good book, highly recommended. Page 44, I like to write the page, the time, all that. It says, some 2,600 years ago, the ancient Greek poet Pindar wrote, become who you are by learning who you are. What he meant is the following. You are born with a particular makeup and tendencies that mark you as a piece of fate. It is who you are at the core. Some people never become who they are. They stop trusting themselves. They conform to the taste of others. They end up wearing a mask that hides their true nature. If you allow yourself to learn who you really are by paying attention to that voice, that force within you, then you can become what you were fated to become, an individual. I'm happy I look back on this. You see how writing is mad important? Like, writing is so important, yo, because I wrote this on March 16th and I didn't even remember I wrote that, and I just opened up a random page and I read it to you. I really think it's important to follow your intuition, like listen to yourself. We have voices that have steered us into so many different directions. Like, oftentimes we listen to advice from people, we take advice, which is cool. You could take it into consideration, but like at the end of the day, your experiences make up your ultimate perception of how you see the world, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just really thankful that I started writing in my journal during the pandemic. I actually was writing in my journal when my grandmother had passed away in 2015. It was a really hard time, and I had isolated from a lot of people. I tend to isolate when I'm going through stuff. Like, I just want to remove myself from everybody and everything. And I realized like there's a lot of self-sabotaging tendencies, but I just have to have a clear mind, yo. Like, I can't have anything cloud my judgment. I want to just be able to perceive what it is that's in front of me without having any disruptions or distortions. And I was playing basketball. I started getting into yoga. I used to do yoga to help me with basketball as well, like stretches and stuff. And I started writing in my journal, and it was like a very healthy outlet. And I think a lot of times, especially as men, you know, we're taught to just kind of like keep going and you just got to be strong and stuff like that. It's cool. Like at the same time, I got to acknowledge my emotions and understand why I'm feeling the way I feel. Because then when things come up in my life later on, I'm not going to be able to understand how to operate, or I might shut down, or I might get aggressive and angry. And I don't want to be like that. And that goes for anybody. So I think it's really important to have a journal. This journal that I have right here is just like a free journal. So I wrote my last statement of 2022. Honestly, I'm about to read this to you too. So many different energies can impact your vision, your emotions, your thoughts. So it's crucial to let go and trust yourself. You gotta love yourself, give yourself grace, understand the power that you have. And honestly, I'm just really happy that I've made it this far to be able to share these experiences. A hard part about being a creative sometimes is separating myself as the artist and as Justin, like the individual. Because an artist is a title, you know what I'm saying? Like you're born as who you are. So I'm Justin. If I have like some obstacles or I have certain frustrations or certain things going on in my life, sometimes it could trickle into my work. But sometimes I could feel like unmotivated because I experienced something, or I heard something that I didn't really want to experience, or I could have been around certain people that kind of like changed my perspective on what I'm doing. Social media as well too, that's why you gotta take breaks. But a good thing that helps me is to set boundaries and, you know, set schedules for myself to do certain things. So a lot of times, like if I feel like overwhelmed, I want to go for a walk, or I'll go get ice cream, or I'll get some food, and I'll sit down in a restaurant by myself. And it's really important to spend time alone, for real. And a lot of times, like certain people might not understand the lifestyle of an artist or entrepreneur. Some people might be like, yo, you're investing too much time into this, you're not spending time with me, or you're prioritizing. It's just about balance, yo. So this year I'm really focused on creating schedules. A lot of times we have the idea of what we want to go and what you want to do, but we don't have the system set up in play. And James Clear wrote the book Atomic Habits, and that book has got me right, because it's about the little things that add up to the bigger picture. And I don't have to sow every single day of my life in order to see success. Like I don't have to do that. I can work on it little by little, but I have a big picture of what I want my brand to be. I'm understanding that me as a designer, I don't have to limit myself to that. I don't have to box myself in. You don't have to box yourself in as a music artist. If you paint, you can be a painter too. But I think people get so caught up in the concept of titles so much. Like, oh, I'm a fashion designer, so I can't make music. Like, I had so many people tell me, yo, you gotta focus on one thing at a time, based off of the industry standards. Like, who said that? No. Who said that? At this point in my life, and at this point in your life, you should just do what makes you happy. Follow what brings you joy. There's no room to do things that don't make you happy no more. Alright, so I cut the front piece. I'm gonna show y'all one of my songs.
You playing victim, girl, I'm so confused. You narcissistic, you never own up to the things that you do. You show your true colors when things do not go your way.
That's one of my unreleased songs called True Colors. For those of y'all who don't know, I am a music artist as well. I love R&B music. I don't like to have a title on it. I call it daydream music. So I like to make music that has like a certain vibe that allows you to reflect on your past experiences and that allows you to manifest and all of that too. But this is like some emotional, vibey music when it's raining and you driving in the car. Your ex pull up on you, you feel me? Y'all trying to make things right. They being toxic. Just throw this on in the background, y'all start yelling at each other and y'all make up and start kissing and all that. But my artist name is JustinP.Etn as well, if you want to go stream my music as well. I'm really excited to put out a lot of new music for y'all, and I'm going to show y'all the behind the scenes of all of that as well too. So a good way to learn how to feel certain fabrics and get a feel of certain things is to actually touch the material. I tend to use a lot of cotton and nylon materials just because I like heavyweight. I like my pants to feel like structured and heavy. I don't like too much light stuff, which is why I like to put out a lot of stuff in the fall and the winter. So I'm looking for the fabric to match the sneakers, and I have found a pink color, but it was too light and I'm not trying to go so light on the pants, so I have to use a darker shade. It's a little bit different than what I'm looking for, but I could just use it as an accent instead. This is my third time in a fabric store and I'm being a little indecisive right now. I'm just very picky and particular about the materials that I use. I cannot settle, yo. Like if something don't feel right, I'm not doing it. It's a dub. This is some fire fabric right here. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, I feel like I'm in a candy store when I'm getting fabric, for real. Like, no, you can't bring me to a fabric store and I can't walk out without getting something. Right now, I'm cutting the strips out for details. I'm putting these as style lines on the pants in the front and on the back pocket. Like I said, I didn't want to go too crazy, putting too much pink all over the place and stuff. I just want to make it subtle. But you know what's been on my mind, honestly? A lot of us tend to think that happiness is in a different place, right? We think about the future. So a lot of times I'm like, yo, when I get my new car, I'm gonna be hype, or when I get this new job, it's gonna be good, it's gonna be lit, or when I accomplish this new goal with my clothes, it's gonna be lit. I'm gonna be happier, I'm gonna feel more motivated and stuff. But yo, we gotta really discipline ourselves, especially this year, to actually just be present and happy in this moment, you know? Because we're always gonna keep wanting to chase things. We're always gonna look to the next place or the next person for happiness, but a lot of times we really be having it good. It's just a perspective. Sometimes the people around us aren't perfect, they make us upset, but there's good qualities about them that allow us to be better too. So sometimes I try to see the good in things, not too much though, because it might blind you from the reality of certain things draining you. But the point is to just be present and just appreciate the moment, you know? Like I love the process. Like the process is the most important part. So the idea that I had in my mind, it's really amazing. When you're creative, you have an idea in your mind, you're able to feel an emotion, transmute that, either if it's through a drawing or you just bring it to life, and then you wear it out in the world, or you produce it out in the world and people see that, they feel something, and then you guys have a dialogue off of that. And that's why fashion is really important, because it creates that bridge to have a conversation about things that people don't even get to talk about on a regular basis. Or it starts a conversation to have a new relationship or anything of that nature, for me.
These niggas can't fuck, these niggas can't fuck, flexing on me, not me. Niggas gonna dump and spinning on me. Back, shoot me back when another all they wanna do is be me. Fuck with the hate and fuck with the lames. I'ma be better times three. This gon' be in one of them songs when niggas can't fuck with me.
I'm frustrated right now because I made a mistake. And the easy thing is to self-sabotage. Like, I'm mad hard on myself for the people who are close to me. Like, they know I'm mad hard on myself. But I'm just learning, like I said, to be kinder to myself. So I'm like, yo, you know what? Let me take a break. Honestly, we have to just unlearn the old ways of thinking. Like, a lot of times we grow up and we just think that we have to be perfect all the time. And sometimes it's from our environment. You know, certain people made us feel like we're not good enough, or you have to be at a certain standard in order to love yourself or to feel appreciated. But the fact is, like, I'm having fun right now. Like, it's not supposed to be that serious, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes your mistakes might even be a beautiful outcome, for real. Like, certain mistakes that I made in the past, they've turned out to be the most beautiful things ever to people. Expressing myself is all that matters right now. So I'm just trying to speak to myself and, you know, literally embed in my mind, like, yo, this is okay to make a mistake. It's cool to make a mistake. You're trying your best. Just as long as you're trying your best, that's all that matters. But here's how they're coming out so far. They look pretty good. I was actually frustrated because when I was trying to sew the pink parts, like the inside was overlapping a lot, so it was creating a lot of bunching, and it was like overlapping to where the needle was shifting a lot, and it was getting annoying, yo. So I had to take like a 25-minute break. Breaks is really good. I personally don't like to work straight through for like 2-3 hours straight, depending on my deadline, but this is for myself. I tend to work in 90-minute blocks or 60-minute blocks, and then take like a 5 to 15-minute break in between, just so I don't burn myself out, and I just continue moving forward from there.
Patch me better. Fuck with the face. Mad that patch on lane. You flex they props. They in a life of a gangster. You can't fit my shoes.
Now I think I'm calling it a night because I'm starting to get upset. So this is how the pants are supposed to look, right? Clean, but guess what? I did it on the wrong side and I had serged the outside of the pant. Now it looks tacky. And I'm like, yo, why am I making all these mistakes, bro? But see, that's the ego. I'm like judging myself. I gotta pre myself like, yo, just relax. So I'm taking a break. Like I'm probably done for the night, honestly. Damn. Oh man. Oh god. Yo, I'm dead tight right now, yo. I don't even understand. Because it's frustrating when you have to like take the seam ripper and undo it again, knowing that I cut into the fabric, which means I have to cut new pieces all over again. Like I hate that aspect of these so much. Yeah.
I finished them. I finally finished them. The zipper fly is clean. The inside is clean. I just gotta add the label. The style lines is on point. The back pockets is on point, and I just gotta add the belt loops. I'm gonna do a tutorial on how to do belt loops. So when you finish a garment that you was so stressed about, it's the best feeling ever. No, yo, dead ass, yo. I'm about to cry. Damn. Yo, I'm telling you, if you want to start sewing, I believe it's the best thing in the world because you get to like literally create exactly what you want and bring it to life.
Yo, do y'all see the style lines on this? I did a triple stitch on the side seam. I did 3 different colorways at the knee. I did a quadruple stitch right here. Like real luxury fashion, bro. Like in the room, straight out the crib. You see the details on the back pocket? Come on, bro. Like luxury fashion. Functional.
Stay tuned for the episode where I'm literally conceptualizing the photo shoot, and I'm actually gonna do like a nice aesthetic video to show the details and everything and do a breakdown video of the whole details. Let me know your thoughts on the process. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and thanks for watching and have a great week.